What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Elite Dangerous. I almost said Space Engineers. Wow. Gotta remember what game I'm playing here. Alright, so we're back on the Engineers beta, although it has gone through a couple of new patches. So the betas, apparently, they patch a lot faster. Did not realize this. So there's a couple of things that they did, mainly balancing issues that they're trying to work out. One being they changed out some of the engineers' requirements, materials that you need. I don't know if it's intentional or if it's a glitch or what, because in betas you never know if it's a glitch or not, but now everything here at with the Dweller, the Blackhide station, seems to be dependent on one fish. Yeah. So I'm not knocking it, but fish. One fish. Not two fish. No red fish or blue fish, but one fish. So that was one of those, I'm not sure if it's just because it's the first upgrade we've done with him, so they've changed it to be a little more approachable, I guess. I don't know. But let's see, materials. So this still looks like we've got all the same stuff. And this all looks the same. So I don't know if that was just a glitch or if they changed it on purpose to just be easier to get into. I'm not sure. But because this is a beta, like we said before, everything stays in beta. Whatever happens in beta stays in beta. So we're going to do some more experimenting with the Fertilance. I know I didn't really use it too much, but I didn't really like how much thermal load I have right now. My power plant is okay. It was handling all the lasers well, but the heat was not. And oh, okay, never mind. When I was in the workshop, it said something like 6I power plant or something, and I was like, hold on, no, it should be A, and it is. So I don't know what that's about. So there's a couple things that I wanted to do. One thing is they have better shields here. I'm going to stay with the bi-weave just because I haven't actually gotten to try them. They kind of like end up... I mean, I didn't really fight with them all that much, so we didn't really get a chance to experiment with them. But I found earlier today when I was browsing, they only have a 5E or D main generator, or is it 4D? Something for the main shield generator. I think it's 5E, there it is. So we don't really have a good comparison to all the top of the lines. They do have, oh, there's the 5D, okay. They do have, however, 5C bi-weave and 5A prismatic, which is really interesting. Now, from what I understand, the prismatic shields are heavier. You can see maximum strength is up 42%, and the D5 shield generator is the same as the 3C bi-weave. So the bi-weaves always have a weaker strength, but they recharge faster. And now they've actually shown you the recharge rate, which is cool. It's in here. So the regen rate is as you get hurt. So it'll take it, and I at first thought it meant this many seconds, but I think what it's saying is how many shield units per second. So, because the higher the number, the blue comes up, so higher is better, which, if it was depicting how many seconds, that would not make any sense. So, the regen rate is 1 unit per second on a standard 5D shield. Now, like I said, we don't have A's, which would be helpful in comparing, but when it breaks, you get 2.5 per second. Before they come back up. And with the 5C, which I guess is close to the 5D, so that gives you, it's 1.8, which is better than the standard, but less than the one we have right now. Or no, it's the same. I thought it was red. And then it's 3.7 when broken. So really the only bad part from upgrading the bi-weave is the power draw on the mass, but that's fine. We're going to go with that for now, but I do want to look at like now you could compare Where'd the shield gens go? There they are. Now you could compare the 5D a little more accurately and see both of the power draw. Where's the strength? So the strength is about the same. It looks like minimum, optimal, and max don't have any difference. But that is a rating down. So I have 5C, these are 5D. So if I went to like 5A, the standard shields would probably be tougher, but you can see the recharge rates on both are lower. So the biweaves charge faster, but they're not as strong. The prismatic, however, are much stronger, 42, 66, and 150. The power draw is much higher, though, and the recharge rate is even lower than the standard. So this is the best you can get for this ship, and it's only at a 1 recharge rate and a broken of 1.9, whereas even the standard at D has a higher broken of 2.5, you know, and then the biweaves obviously are much better at recharging. So we're going to stay with the biweave for now, just because it doesn't really matter, so we're just kind of experimenting. But I also want to change my hard points up a little bit. So what I have right now is 3 pulse lasers, 1 being the huge one, and 2 multi-cannons. But we're having a heat issue. Now, I don't know if this is going to do any better, because they don't have the class 4 pulse laser to buy, but they do have a class 4 beam laser. Now, the beam does more damage. Unfortunately, it also has a much higher thermal. It's 580% higher. That's bad. I mean, that's just bad. Power-wise, we can handle it, but I'm concerned about the heat. But like I said, we're experimenting, so why not? And the pulse didn't do too bad. We took the Clipper's shields down in the last episode pretty fast, but I did have to watch the heat a little bit. So what I'm going to try this episode to see if we can kind of finagle with it a little bit. And I also didn't see the burst laser. I don't mind trying the burst laser, but they don't have it here. What I actually really want to get to, though, this is a middle ground stepping stone. But what I'd actually really like to try while we're in the beta and we can experiment is a class 4 multi-cannon. And then doing multiple pulse lasers here is what I'd like to do. That thing is scary looking, but amazing. I can't wait. I think that will probably do better than what I'm going to try here right now. But in order to, let's see, thermal load is 0.5. The thermal load on this is 10 per second. Wow. So that is really, really significant. So I don't think this will work any better. In fact, I'm almost thinking it might work worse. But I do want to at least try it. Like I said, beta doesn't really matter. You know, if it's awful, it's awful. Oh well. But what we're going to do is switch out all of our other thermal weapons for multi-cannons. So basically we can use the beam laser and burst to take their shields down, and then we should be able to use the multi-cannons to finish them off, is kind of the idea. But like I said, my optimal, what I'd really, really like to try is the opposite of this, where I have 4 class 2 pulse lasers to take the shields down, and then 1 class 4 multi-cannon is what I'd actually really like to try. And I think it would be the best bang for the buck kind of thing, but we don't have those available at this station, so kind of out there. The other thing I wanted to do, we have a wake scanner, a warrant scanner, shield boosters, but I don't need a cargo scanner. I have no cargo. I have no cargo hold, so it doesn't really, and I don't have limpets or anything. So I think I want to put in a chaff launcher. So that if we start getting hammered by turrets, lasers, anacondas, stuff like that, I can actually fire off the chaff and buy us some breathing room. I think that'll work pretty well. I'm interested in trying it out. So, basically we're out for fish and weapons testing. Let's go ahead and put these onto... Now, the only thing is... we're going to set these... That's going to be our scanning. Actually, I'm going to switch this up. We're going to do everything on the primary fire and scanners on the secondary for our main. Then for a little more control, we're going to do it like this. And then I'm going to do... maybe what I'll do here is switch to chain guns and chaff, and that'll be more of an emergency situation, and I probably won't want to be using the heat of the beam lasers. That's what I'm thinking. So that's what we'll go with. Let me look around in our nav panel and find... We have a nav beacon. I don't know if there's any exploration or resource sites here or not. So let me look around for some either resource sites or somewhere we can test out our weapons. Maybe we'll head to the nav beacon, not really sure. We also need to look for fish too, so I'm going to check the systems in the area, see if they have fish. I did change up what blueprint I'm looking for because I knew I was going to change my weapons around. What I ended up changing it to is heavy duty armor, because this had no negative effects. It just raised the resistance of everything, and I figured why the heck not, because there's no red on any of this, so sure. So originally we were talking about changing the thermal load. Now actually, while we're here, it may be a good idea to check the beam laser in his workshop and see if he has another recipe for that. Though, again, I'm not sure if they changed stuff or not, because before he only did like pulse lasers, power distributors, and something else, and now he has like a bunch of stuff. So I don't know how they're playing with some of the settings and balancing stuff. That increases range. Short range blaster. That increases damage, but lowers the range. I'm looking for thermal, so it doesn't have anything that lowers the thermal. Oh wait, yes it does. No, that increases it. So he, at this point, currently does not have anything that will lower the thermal, so we're going to leave it as it stands on our current blueprint. So let me check around in the maps and stuff and see what we can find, and then we're going to go do some testing and fishing. Okay, so we're at the nav beacon. Some crazy stuff is going on. I don't know why all these NPCs have started attacking each other, but, you know. And we got this guy that actually has a bounty on him. The other guys don't, which means I can't really do anything to them. And unfortunately, I can't seem to get him to sit still. Alright, so we got a scan. We're going to switch over, there we go, to our new control set, or fire group. Now, let's see how bad this beam laser tears up our heat. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I really expected it to be a lot worse than that, actually. I only fired it for a brief second because I can't get around on this guy. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, we're in a loop. And then of course I've got this that keeps coming up every time I try and use my thrusters for my vertical thrusters for anything. Come here. I really hate it when they do this, when they just spin in circles.
Under attack.
Okay, so that's interesting. I mean, it does heat up, but it's not that bad. I mean, that's really not that bad at all. I'm just holding the button. I think I'll probably run out of weapon energy before I overheat with this. So this may be the way we want to go. I really expected it to do a lot more than that, actually. Because of that whole 500% worse heat thing. I really thought it would be a whole lot worse. Ooh, he's wanted. These are all small ships, though. I can't ever seem to get a good test. I need like a anaconda or a viper or something. And I'm not, or not a viper, a clipper or something. But admittedly, I'm probably not going to find that here in a nav beacon.
Under attack.
I don't know what happened. I think I got it.
Destroyed.
There is some chaos going on, though, here in this nav beacon. I tell you what. They are, like, going crazy over here, shooting at everybody. The weird part is whenever I'm seeing them, they're not wanted to me, so I don't know who's shooting who and why. That's Authority. All these look like System Authority vessels, and the ones that don't look clean. So I guess there's not a whole lot for us to do, but I do like this setup, though. We might go do a... Well, I don't know. Let's actually go see if we can find a shipyard. Because I would like to... Now that I know for sure that what happens doesn't carry over, I'd really like to buy a new ship and play around with some of them. And I think... let's see. Which one was it? It was... Nope, we're in systems now. There was a station in this system. I think here it was. It has an interesting icon that I don't know what it's for. I might have to check the full filter on the galaxy map.
Detected.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's this star thing, and I don't know if that means it has what I need for the engineers or not. Actually, let's check the galaxy map, because there's usually tooltips for that stuff. Oh, I could do the set filters, couldn't I? Show... Oh, there's a community goal there. Okay. That's cool. So we'll head over there. I might pick up a new ship. We're going to leave this one the way that it is, because I actually kind of like it. But with the money that we have right now, I don't really see the need for making a bounty hunting run at the moment, other than just testing weapons and things. So we're going to head over here and see what they have, both community goal-wise and possibly new ships that we can play with. Okay, so I was on my way to a conflict zone when this jerk of a Navy ship decides to interdict me for no reason at all, which is complete crap. I mean, it is a conda, but I don't really feel like messing with it because, you know, it's not wanted, so there's that. But we ended up in Tillian here because it's easy. There's a conflict zone going on in a couple stations that probably have more ships. I went to that one in Word, and it just didn't have, like, any rural ships of any kind, and the goal icon thing, I guess, was someplace you're supposed to deliver stuff, because it didn't even have a commodities market or anything, so I'm not really sure what that was about. But this station, or this system, had a couple of stations, so I'm kind of thinking they'll have at least one or two shipyards that we can work with. But they also had a civil war going on, which, like I said, money's not really the big issue. We're trying to test out the effectiveness of the weapons now. So because of that, I figured more certain conflicts would be a better call than maybe higher paying ones, kind of thing. I'm glad I ducked under these rings too, because I thought they might be in the way. Oh, and one big thing, finally found that tooltip thing that was keeping my vertical thrusters from going away. And once I don't have to pay attention to my time and speed and stuff, I will show that, because it was really bothering me. A lot. Alright, so let's get that set there. We should be able to drop in here in a second, and I will show off that stuff. Alrighty, so we've arrived here in the conflict zone. Before I pick a side and get attacked, I'm going to show... I think this will work. I hope everybody's... If not, if no one's seeing this, then I will cut this out. It was under... Let me see, maybe miscellaneous? Yes, enable context menus. Display on-screen menu if control pad face buttons have multiple sub-controls. So turning that off then basically let me push the buttons then without getting the context menu, and so then I was actually able to get the thrusters to work again. Really annoying. Alright, we're not going to need our scanners here, and I'm going to choose the Crimson State Holdings because the other ones are independent and these are actually Federation So we should get some kind of sort of semi-compensation with the Federation's stuff. I don't know why my laser just stopped firing. Alright, here's a pretty good test though. I am going to run out of power before I actually run out of thermal capacity. That's good. So we could stick like this for a minute. It'll be okay. And our heat's going down pretty good. Let's see how these 4 cannons go. Ow. Well, that... Yeah, very effective cannons, especially when you run into stuff. Assault ship, that would be good to go after. Maybe. Oh, he doesn't have his shields, though. Oh, well. What was that? New data discovered. Untypical shield scan, distorted shield cycle. Okay. Oh, wait, shield cycle. Somebody told me about this, that's actually one way you can craft things now with the, whatchamacallums. The engineers. Come here, where are you going? Okay, so this is actually a pretty good setup. Dude, where are you going? You're just like floating backwards. Oh wow, that's a plasma thing. That's a plasma thingy. Thermal attack. That's new. At least that warning is new. So here's a good chance. So see, this is why I grabbed this one, because this will give us a good idea too of how the whatchamacallem, the shields hold up. Bi-weave? Is it bi-weave? Yes, the other ones are prismatic, so it's the bi-weave shields we're trying to test.
Target shields offline.
So our shields are coming back pretty good. So if I could actually find the, like, A, or not A, the class 5 shields like I have here, when we get out of beta, then that might actually be worth doing. This is a Mark IV Viper. So with the typical 3 pips into weapons, it seems as though I'm going to run out of power before I run out of temperature. Which is really good. I really expected with that much higher thermal load increase thing, I was really expecting that to be a lot different. Wow, where'd all the red guys go? There's a couple out here. I'm not seeing any. Ow! Hey! Quit it! I hate cobras. Come here. Come here.
Target shields offline.
What was that? That was different. Gosh. Really? I have my vertical thrusters back now. I can actually give them a tap. Come on. Get out of this loop. That really does bug me. And I know there's other ways. I get told all the time in the comments of, you know, you can do this, this, or this to, you know, get out of that.
Under attack.
Ow.
Warning. Impulse attack.
Holy crap, dude. What is hitting me? Well, I guess we'll find out what the shield breaks do, too.
Taking damage.
Oh, hey, there we go. Let's see if that... Okay, I am getting hammered right now.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ow! Stop it! I'm gonna die. Dude, seriously, what is hitting me, though? Somebody's being ridiculously accurate. Woo! Not doing too hot. I've been better.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Whew. Alright, I don't know what that little icon on my shield readout and stuff, my HUD is right next to my left wing there, that right there. It's like a little it looks like a pair of parentheses. So yeah, we're not feeling too hot. Now might be a good time to check out the stations and see. Now I just kind of made the other guy. Now we are getting our shields back much faster, by the way. That has not escaped me. All right, let's head that way. Like, our shields are almost back, which is good. I will say, I know I just got hit by like 4 different ships at one time, and they were hitting me with probably plasma accelerators, among other things, but it did kind of seem like... actually, I'm going to put everything into system, because I don't think engine does anything in Super Cruise. It did seem like my shields went down a lot, but that seemed to be kind of like... probably worst case scenario is getting hit by like 4 different plasma accelerators. I don't know though. That could be a byproduct of having weaker shields. Not really sure. All in all, I'd say that was a pretty thorough test though. That was a high intensity zone, so against the NPCs, I doubt you'll get much more chaotic than that. And that didn't go badly until I started getting massively outnumbered by like, 4 to 1. And everything seemed to have a plasma accelerator because I was seeing purple blasts go everywhere. So that must have been a bunch of plasma accelerators, among other things. I've never heard some of the things they mention, though. I don't know if that's just added stuff to the voiceover system. Like the... What did they say? Was it ion attacks or something, or impulse attacks, and then the other one was thermal attack, taking heat damage, stuff like that. So I don't think that's anything new, although, oh, come on, give me a break. I'm not doing anything wrong. Why is the Navy trying to okay, that's cool. That's cool, just keep freaking out. Actually, yeah, keep freaking out. Got me out of that. It's fine with me. I don't have a bounty or anything. I don't get that. It's like, why are you just randomly grabbing me out of for no reason? I was on your side in that conflict area, so go away. Shoot. But yeah, that I do know that with the added engineers patch, there's the upgrades. Like you can, what? I think it's beam lasers and stuff, or pulse laser, I forget. It's one of the lasers, I think, where you can improve the thermal damage that they do to overheat the ships and stuff. I know there's another one that lets, like... I don't think it's a whole new hardpoint. I think it's just an upgrade from an engineer. But there's a way that it's like if you shoot it at a friendly or something, it will strengthen their shields, like heal them. Which is a really neat idea. So, especially for wing play, for group environments, you can do stuff like you can actually have a healer now, so to speak, and you can have one guy that's DPS but then doesn't have very high shields because the shield guy's taking care, stuff like that, which would be kind of cool. I think that'll, oops. Oh, there we go. I think that'd be kind of interesting. So let me get docked. I'm going to repair the Ferdy, and then we might look into seeing if they have any other ships that I want to try. Alright, so we ended up over here at Keeler Rest because I went to the first station, repaired, got rearmed, all that good stuff, but they didn't really have that great of a shipyard, so I'm hoping this one will. They look like they'll probably have the same thing, though. Yep. Pretty much identical. So we should have bought the Anaconda when we had the chance. Is kind of the that's kind of what I'm feeling here. But I did go into the outfitting in the other area of the other station, and I'm kind of checking here to see if they have anything different, but I think I'm pretty good with the setup for my weapons, because I went to switch to the multi-cannon in the class 4, which they don't actually have, and it was lower damage and stuff than the beam laser, and so I'm thinking it'll probably actually come out to be a little better in the long run, because this is taking down shields pretty fast, and once the shields go down, we're doing more damage with the 4 smaller ones than just one big one and then 4 smaller lasers. So, and we already did the chaff. So the only other thing we can keep kind of poking at is the shields. I did see they had in the other station a 5A, or 5 at least, maybe not A, I think it was A, of the, yeah, like this, the prismatic ones, which strength-wise would be really cool, but again, the power draw and recharge is a lot lower, so we'll probably stick with the bi-weave, but I don't think they can go above C. I think I was told that C is the highest rated you can do the bi-weave, but we actually found the bigger class, which is good. So anyways, I think maybe what's going to happen is, assuming that by the next episode we're still able to access the beta and they haven't made it the live version, I'm hesitant to get into the workshop stuff for the engineers and upgrade things, only because I'm thinking about, while we're in the beta, experimenting with different ships, so it would kind of like defeat the purpose. Well, I guess it really wouldn't, but it kind of would, if that makes sense. The other thing is, if everything is based on one fish, I have no cargo to hold the fish. So, I don't really know how that works. Unless I can put fish in materials now. But I don't think I can. So, I think what's going to happen is we're going to wrap things up here, and then I think the next episode, in between now and then, I'm going to try and find a station with some other ship that I've wanted to try out, assuming we're still in beta. If we're not in beta, then I'll probably be looking for community goals, bounty hunting, etc., so on and so forth. But if we can still pull the beta, then what I'm going to do is try and find a ship that I wanted to experiment with, and then I'm going to kit it and all that kind of stuff the way I want it. Depending on if everything's available at this station or not. I may just head over to the Founders World, depending on how far away that is. And then maybe the next episode we'll work on testing out a new ship. So leave it in the comments what ships you'd like to see. I'd like to try an Anaconda, just because I've never gotten to one before. But there's also bigger ships now. The Imperial Cutter is one that looked really cool. The Federation now has another Anaconda type equivalent. Stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think we should try out in the next episode. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoy. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.